Hey guys, welcome to Punky's World. I am still not well. Am I getting a little better? Yeah, kinda. Um, I am starting prednisone today. My aide's bringing it after her dentist appointment. And, it's starting to go down into my chest. And I also have an infection in my eye, which comes from the sinus infection. It's gross. Mm. You know what? I think I showed you the wrong eye. Oh, no, I didn't. It's just that it's hard on the screen. And you can feel how inflamed it is and see how inflamed it is. I looked it up and it has to do with sinus infections. So it just glues itself shut. It's the opposite eye. The one I'm touching is the opposite to what you know what I mean? Because it's a camera, it's like a, it's like an opposite image. So it's this eye, but for me, it feels like I'm touching. It feels like I'm touching this eye. I don't know. It's just hard to explain. But anyway, I'm praying. I just took my last daytime antibiotic. I'll take my last nighttime one tonight, and I'm praying, like I said. I have been watching videos about YouTubers who have gotten literally billions of views and millions of subscribers, and ruined it all. Threw it all away. I don't understand that. I really don't. Because they were either copying other YouTubers or because they were parents abusing their kids or whatever. It's awful. And I was watching one before I started making my videos about another Duggar type family with a bunch of homeschooled kids and uh, which there's nothing wrong with homeschooling kids as long as you give them activities. You know what I mean? I always said my kids would be homeschooled or go to Christian school because my kids wouldn't go to public school, period. Um, because I'm not going to have them go through what I went through. It has And if I did homeschooling, I could teach them, or Christian school, I could teach them religion and not have any issues. Matter of fact, I had a terrible dream last night. I just, I had a dream where a bunch of people from school were together, and Doug, and I don't know why, but I was being treated very poorly. Even we were at the Urbanowski's house, I think, and even Mr. Urbanowski was treating me poorly, which was never Mr. Urbanowski. It was never Stan, to treat me poorly. And yes, I had permission to call him by name. I just never was comfortable with it. And I'm still not. But I don't know where Mrs. U was. She wasn't in the dream. I'm wondering if my brain wasn't trying to tell me something. Or God wasn't trying to tell me something. And the last time I told Mrs. U, Claire, that I dreamed about Doug, she said I had no right to dream about him. Like, I can control my subconscious. I can't control my brain when I'm sleeping. I dream about someone that I miss, someone that I cared about, regardless of what they think. And just having another loss, it's just like, maybe that was part of it, I don't even think I've mentioned it on the channel yet, but one of my cousins, she's not a first cousin, but she's still my cousin. And actually, she's a double cousin. I think. But anyway, still my cousin. Passed away from cancer the other day. And her funeral is the first in the city. When I say in the city, I mean in Worcester. And it's so funny because, going back to Doug, I said to him one day, because he was going to an appointment or something, I said, "So you're going into the city?" He said, "No, I'm just going to Worcester." Doug, Worcester is the city. I grew up saying, "We're going into the city. We're going to the city," when we went to Worcester. For him, it was like going to Whitensville. You know what I mean? He never thought of it as a city. And I remember telling his father, we were in the car, about that conversation. His father kind of chuckled because his mother grew up in the city. His father grew up in Auburn, which is a large suburb outside of the city, just outside. And he said, "No, Doug, she's right. It is actually a city. It's just not a city to you because you're used to it." Yeah, it's the second largest city in New England and in Massachusetts. The three largest cities in New England are actually in Massachusetts. They are Boston, Worcester, and Springfield. Why did I almost say Southbridge? Good Lord, Southbridge is not a city. Far from it. Boston, Worcester, and Springfield are the three largest cities in New England, and they're the three largest cities in Massachusetts. For those of you who didn't know. And they're all in Massachusetts, so yeah. But to him, the city meant Boston. And just to clarify why he said that to him, when I said going to the city, he thought I meant Boston. No. Boston is Boston. For us, Worcester is the city, you know? That's how I grew up. Gotta go up to the city for an appointment, you know? Where I live, that's what we say, because we live in the country, you know? And so I just thought it was funny when I said that to him, and he didn't know what I was talking about. He thought I was talking about Boston. Honey, I've been to Boston more times than you have. Trust me on that one. But I used to be there every 2 weeks when I was first going through my liver issues and stuff. And it was not good. And you can hear all about it in my cancer playlist, my cancer and long-term illness playlist. Because it's all there. And so yeah, it's not good. A lot better now. You know, and at any rate, I remember at any rate, the dream, for some reason, I don't know what we were doing, but there was free stuff on tables and different things. And Mr. Ivanowski was supposed to bring us home. And Don was there, which Don and I did not go to high school together. We went to junior high school together. Well, in her case, high school. Actually, no, we went to part of high school together. Junior high school and part of high school. But these were people from my high school, my second high school. So I don't know. And Don was the only one being nice to me, which, yeah, that's pretty much normal. And actually, at my second high school, I didn't really have many issues. There were a few people who weren't nice, but overall, it was a really good experience. And glad that's where I went to school. Um, what's funny is the people who I had the best relationship with were the smartest kids in my class. The valedictorian and the salutatorian. And I remember it came right down to like the last minute to decide which was going to be which, because it was half a point between the valedictorian and the salutatorian. And I was friends with both of them, but I was really rooting for my friend Brandon. and he lost out by half a point. I said, oh man, that had to hurt. Even though I liked Jenna very much, it's like, oh, Brandon, that had to hurt half a point. He said, yeah, that stung a little. But he loved her too, so it was fine. I was just rooting for him, but we didn't know until almost right at the end of our time at school um, which one it was going to be because it was so close and they were still doing math. The school was. So the two of them were waiting. Can't imagine being either one of them waiting to find that out. So it was a weird dream. Once again, like in all my other dreams, could not use a telephone. I cannot use a telephone in my dreams, ever. And if I do, I use it wrong. I cannot dial a telephone in my dreams. In this case, I couldn't find my phone, couldn't use it. I don't remember, but I can't use a phone in my dreams. It's a pattern in my dreams. It traps me because I can't use the damn phone. So I will never be talking to them again. But I'm always going to dream about that. And I've been thinking about him because his me is on my Wii and getting ready to give it away is mixed emotions. Because that is a connection to him. Not that I don't have a lot of other connections to him. I do. In fact, I just found a childhood picture that he gave me. I have some music that he gave me. I'm trying to think, what else do I have? I have other things from him. And so, yeah. It's not like it's my only connection, but it's a big connection. Because he loved it. And we would play Wii and loved bowling on that thing. Loved it. So when I got the new one, I let him know right away that I got the new one because I had to give away my first one. Well, sell it to GameStop for a rip-off price. Like I said, Dad and I went and I just So I will write him a little note kind of explaining things. And, you know, what's on it and stuff. Anyway, I am looking forward to upgrading it to the Wii U. So I will send him that special bottom, but I will also send him the original base, the OEM base, original equipment of manufacturer, in case you didn't know. So that's my plan. Because the Wii U lays flat, so I'll have to make room. But yeah. Thank you for listening. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already, please subscribe. The numbers are starting to go up again, guys. And I do appreciate that. Bye, guys.